Hello and welcome. Right then, we're going to get stuck in straight away. Let's get cracking.
Showing you, so I've got everybody up here. It wasn't without incident. We did have the big lorry get crashed into, so you know what it's like. So let's just pay attention. We have 296, 1, 2, 4, so 296. I'm not worried about the odd ones. So we want to buy our field data, which we need to be on precision farming to do that. Purchase information, yes, and 15. So that's 23,000 approximately. 23,500. Near as that. Yeah, so 295. Yeah, with slightly under what we have, but that'll do me. So, yeah, we've got all of our data. But that is true. We can actually see pH is horrible and nitrogen is lousy. So, yeah, we've not had any. We've got a free harvest, obviously, but I've said this as like we got it back. Now, the one thing I'm going to do now as well is we need to, yeah, you can't, I don't think you can actually run over there. I don't think there's anything over there for you to run. So, let's grab you, you're fast. I want to drain the fields. I'd like to do this properly this time. Oh, it's not going to remember the fuel that we bought either. Well, it might do. But you're going to say it does because it's, yeah, it does remember what you had. Every little iota of what you had. It remembers. Oh, I'm going to drain the fields this time. I'm quite sure you're not supposed to harvest the rice wet. I think it's just supposed to grow in it. I don't know though. No, your harvester, the uses a standard harvester with rice wheels. It should have, but yeah. Obviously, ours hasn't got rice wheels. So yeah, is this going to affect those? Well, this is something we're going to find out because I don't think it does. 28. That's not that one. It is. Yeah, that's 28 is this one. That one there. Right. So we're now dry, and I've got to hope that this still grows, as in like, yeah, finishes off. Otherwise, I've just wasted a crop. But it's as much for everyone else. And not being funny, it isn't the end of the world. I mean, although it will hurt, but I do think you're supposed to harvest dry. And I suppose what we could do is harvest this dry, and then it'd be interesting to see if you get dry straw if you do the rice like this. Yeah, it is actually. And also, if we switch the water back on after this, it's going to be interesting. Anyway, this is going to be tacked on. So yeah, I've already said goodbye. I'm going to slink away, and hopefully you can join me next session. Right, I'm not going to say hello because I'm joining this to a few minutes that I did last time, but I have done all of the courses for all of this, and I am going to go into a time lapse because we've sort of been here before. Yeah, with this time though, I think we're doing it right. We haven't got any water in the field. I'm quite sure that's supposed to be that way, really. So, yeah, I've set the straw swath, I've done self-unload, all of that type of thing is all done. I've even got the, oh, I've got it on the wrong field though. Yeah, I brought the, I'm going to leave Courseway to do this. That reminds me, what have we got? Yeah, remind myself, because it is my fault as well what actually happened. It is definitely my fault. I was doing some testing on this very map. Something you sort of sometimes forget the consequences. I was tired, I made some silly mistakes, and I did remove a pack with it in. I should really, I think the pain of this is going to be something that I've got to remember so as I don't do this again. I am down money though, but as far as I'm concerned, I mean the pain's my own fault really now. I'm not going to blame them out, although it's not all my fault. The removing of the pig place that caused a catastrophic failure, and that shouldn't have really had anything to do with the. I don't know. No, I'm not. I'm not going to say that. I think it was still my fault because the game, when you saved it, see, sometimes a Lua crash is the game engine crash. It's not so bad that the game will crash, but it is crashing in the background, but it's not so bad that it will bring it to its knees, which means when it saves, there's variables that won't close. So therefore the game won't save, or it basically is destroying the files on your game, which is what it did, of course. But it was still down to the fact that I noticed in editing that the silo wasn't on the previous session, on the last session, and it was on the session before. So something during the testing had removed that, and that was down to me. So the pain is only my fault. But the 17 tons of corn. Well, let's have a check though. Yeah, I did think another thought. I might have the 17 tons of corn in the other silo, in which case I haven't. I don't think it is, but we will see. Oh, it is. It is actually. Yeah, right. Okay. So I've not lost anything. I was about to say that I would. You know, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because it bugs me, any kind of skullduggery. I am sure that I was wrong. So we got 246,048. That's legitimately ours. All wrongs are righted. Releasing this, we've got a beautiful header which we've had all of time, and we're going to set this going. Animals, did we do the animals? I'm not sure we did, because obviously, oh, I don't know, because we sort of came in, yeah, 27 litres. Now, these are our originals. They have not been changed at all. Yeah, we did. Yeah, these are all. Yeah, even then, that's what I remember saying. It wasn't full, but it was in green. So animals are good, including the chickens. Wow, that is amazing. I think they're nearly full. 24, 60, 80, 100, 120, 134-ish, 130-ish. I'm not sure how many it actually has in the chicken pasture. We will have a look at but yeah, I can't remember, because that's not bad. I mean, on Polenia we've got 30 chickens, and I love the chickens. I'm not bothered about that. Oh, hang on, how come we have 130? I'm sure I actually sure I saw more in there than 100. 29, 30, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, 100. How did I count more then? Okay, there's 100, and that's the most we can ever have. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I have no idea what happened there. That was a mental blip. Yeah. I'm not even going to say I'm tired. Really don't know. No excuse whatsoever. Yeah, so we've got the food in here. We're where we should be. Obviously, the one bad thing is we would have done a better job with the. Did I do the scanning app? Yeah, I did. And we put the money back as well. So that's rectified. That was a few additional minutes that I recorded just after the last session, because I thought, oh, I've forgotten to do it. So I thought, I'll do this as the beginning of the next session. So I've got tack that'll be before this, where you'll see me do that and add the money back in. But obviously the bad thing is, we still need that. Yeah, there's the pH in is terrible, as is the nitrogen. So it's almost like that first year where you come in and it's just you've got a free crop. But obviously, what makes this bad is we actually did all of the work, and we did do all of the fertilizer and liming. So yeah, it's a little bit annoying. But I suppose you could have called that the 50,000, the rectifying of a fault, because no, I'll take the pain. It's my fault. I am going to take it on the chin. It is my fault. It is what it is. Yeah, we want to do black beans and all the rest of it, and we've got to do corn again. It's not all bad. It is, and it is. Like, the one thing I've got to remember is there's a massive hand pointing to my head saying, "Well, it's your own fault," and that is true. Right. So then, yeah, do like the fence and everything, and it is true. We're sort of okay. And the one thing I did notice in now, just watch the in editing. Now then, Mr. Smith, I do believe you've ticked the wrong thing. That's asking for manure. You haven't got manure in. I think you find you're going to need liquid fertilizer. We put the water in all right, but it ain't going to make any of that. We're going to put the liquid fertilizer on selling. It should be a good little seller on the hour. Let's move this down. And then we're going to say our words and we're going to get this cracking, really. It's a bit of a... It is. Yeah, so course... Oh, that was it. I was trying to look at what we've got. I couldn't remember the baler. Did we go on forage? I can't for the life of me remember. I really can't. Oh, of course, yes. Yes, we got that beaut, haven't we? For the Vermeer. Wow. Yeah, right, smash it. So we're going to do that, but I'm not sure if I'm going to set this. Mind you, this isn't. It's not going to be like the first year where we're using a little tiny tiddler. So I am going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. think that it's about as done. Yeah. Yeah, so I've never done rice before, and I know we can have rice ties on, and we have got them on the original tractor. We had them on the original harvester. I can't remember whether when I was in the harvester with the rice wheels on, whether it still made a mess of the fields. Because this is, I presume that when you do this, this is would regrow in January, February. It said, although it doesn't harvest in January, February, so I'm a little bit confused about that. Yeah, it was. I did read it, but whether I've read it wrong but it definitely is only harvested in, yeah, February, March, April. So is it February, March then that, and I've heard the January, February? Possibly, it could possibly be that, but whatever. I presume if we're going over it now, that it's damaging it beyond repair. So what I'd like to do is sort of just, because there's going to be other people other than myself, I'm quite sure that are not knowing really. Let's let that go. And let's just go and run over the rice. It's not like it's far to go. And see with rice size on, do you damage it? Does it make a difference? Is it like narrows on a? No, makes no difference. Right, okay. Well, that's okay then. It makes me feel better that I haven't sort of done anything wrong. I don't know, perhaps they're for better grip or inverted tyres, or I'm not sure. Less damage on the crop? I don't know. I really don't know. But it definitely does damage, and that's all that really matters. Now, did I empty the harvester, or did I? No, I didn't. I remember. I sat on the edge. So, done these 3 fields. Obviously, those aren't done. There's no point in me sending the. I know I'm going to get hit by leasing fees, but I'm not going to get hit by an hourly one or anything like that. So, we'd still have to lease it tomorrow anyway. So I'm not really, not really worried. There's not much you can do about it. It is what it is. We're going to make more than, yeah, we're going to make more back than the leasing cost. So it is what it is. I'm not. I sort of did spit my dummy out with the other bale loader. I think because you're going to hold up the harvest. It was still my own fault, and I don't think it's going to work. But I'd like to give it another shot. But I'd probably like to have a bit of a practice with that one off behind the scenes a little. It wasn't too far off. I would usually pick things up quite nicely. Let's shut the engine off. We'll see how well we did. Yeah, quite well really. So these are the 3 biggest fields. Got all the hay off. This does work quite well. Yeah, the one thing I'm going to say, obviously, I don't know pinto beans and that do straw, and I doubt it. I really do. So really, it's a very balanced, very well thought out initial harvest, because you've got straw and you've got a lot of hay. So I can certainly tell this is the horsepower has been nerfed. Though this little tractor, it was never fast, and it was terrible if it got caught on something. But this, I've had this on Glenleithen, taking a 109-ton trailer. Now, it took a long time. I remember in the reading it said it was a land tractor, and I think that what it was getting at was it can pull anything, but it's a chugger. It takes a long time to build up steam, and it used to be like that. But now, with the 35-ton trailer, it can hardly move when it's full, so it's totally nerfed. Yeah, and I mean, all of them are. Yeah, I've said the same on Vouillet Normandy. Yeah, last session I was on there. So, right, so the animals. We have, no, we looked at this already. I think we're going to go through till tomorrow, because everything else isn't ready. Yeah, these are both going to be ready in the morning. Do we put the water back in? I don't think we do we? So let's just grab that off there. I don't think it's going to do anything, and I certainly don't think it's going to grow without the water, but I don't know that the water's not. What I mean is we know in real life the water matters, but does the water matter now? As in, like, if it's not got water in, oh, got to get that out of the field as well. The harvest is sort of sitting on the headland thing, so that's not really going to matter. But yeah, tankers off, lorries off. So I think we're going to go through till tomorrow morning. I'm not worried about the. I did say this about the charcoal, not when it's a harvest month like this. Yeah. So I do take the blame. I do completely think it was my fault, and I have got to get better at this. I mean, admittedly, the pain I caused was all my own doing. So I've got to remember that for when this happens again, or hopefully it won't happen again. Hopefully I'm going to learn my lesson. So it's going to be 9 o'clock, and we're going to leave it there in the morning. So I'm glad I tested that with the rice ties. I really was unsure. I thought, well, what's the point of the rice ties? Is it like narrows for rice? And the answer to that question is absolutely not. I have no idea what the rice ties actually mean. Yeah, I knew I was going to get leasing costs. Yeah, let's go on this door. Although actually it's weird, but I think the little door's actually better for getting out of. Right, smashing. So 296,982. We have a Komatsu, which might be quite useful for chopping the trees off, but I think would be a little bit of overkill. It is now March, and I would imagine that the rice has not grown, or I might be wrong. Okay, you would be wrong. So it has partially grown. The damage is remaining damage. I would say this is now not, yeah, so it's growing, but we can see the damage. So I don't know when it regrows is the one thing I am going to say. So everything else is now ready for harvest. We have only a normal header, so what are we going to do about the... Yeah, so I don't know when this actually grows. We're going to have to watch this and see. Well, yeah, actually, there's a point. It's just going to turn ready to harvest again, isn't it? And you've still got half a field on both of these. Obviously, I never paid much attention. I did think it was grown, but knowing nothing about rice, it was only when Captain sort of said about this that I thought, yeah, he's right. So, yeah, we've got the corn done and we've got that done. We will stick the original corn 17 tons. I am going to make seeds. It's a brilliant little business. We've got the technology to do it. So let's have a look at the animals and see how we're doing on those. Yeah, I didn't think it was too unfair with the pigs. Obviously, they were all sows and some of them weren't. But with all that went on, I don't think we did, because I think some of them are ready to give birth or almost. So we've sort of knocked it straight back to the beginning, although the cycle of pigs isn't terribly. So yeah, it's slurry and not a lot, but yeah, we've got the 20 tons that we had. These reproduction 60, they're nearly out of puberty. Reproduction 20, health 100. That's the ram. He's never going to be reproducing. Well, he is, but not with little sheeps like that. Yeah, so reproduction, puberty, male goats. Yeah, again, he's not ever going to reproduce no matter what happens. So reproduction 60. Now then, the sheep barn, I'm not sure. Now we've got to keep our eye on this. I presume the value, we ought to look at this and see what the best value for these are. I need to do my homework. I think, yeah, I think it's a matter of going to the livestock dealer, if I remember rightly. I did do this properly. I've only ever done it once where I did it properly, and that's when I was on, I was going to say Sri Lanka, but it's not Sri Lanka at all. It is the Russian map. Oh, and we have got a livestock trader as well, so open animal dialogue. Yeah, it's the cow pasture. But this is the important page because it sort of shows you what you're aiming for. Yeah, the cow male Angus. So the 1500 is what you would buy it for. Now, yeah, here we go. That's the bull. Cow, female, Angus. The bull, yes, what we're really looking for is about 2.5, I should say. But we ought to do is keep an eye on it. When it tops out and doesn't go any higher, is really obviously the point that, yeah, they're 26 months, health 72%. Why only 72%? They probably could have just given birth. So 1,500 is what we pay for it, but I think it's about double. I think that's when it top, which is obviously about where the bull would be, and the cow female Anguses are getting up to that. Obviously, we can let them reproduce and sell them just after that, which is what I did on the Russia map, whose name nearly popped into my head, but actually then didn't. Yeah. So the Anguses, obviously, we have got this. And there's a few backs which are obviously meant for us to actually use. I've got to be honest though, I find not the backs are fine, because obviously you can use, but the actual using of borrowing equipment, I always find a real pain because it sort of doesn't show and certain limitations to it that I sort of think, oh, I'd sooner wait. Right, anyway, 296,982. Did we? The husk rice is right, so that's actually, we need to take that out and stick another 30 tons in there. And we know that it's about January. Butter, cheese. Oh, we've not been selling. That was very naughty because that's going to bring quite a lot of cash. Right, well that's good. If it's good for us. Closed wool, 499. Liquid fertilizer is selling. I did at least remember that, which is why we got a bit of a. So we should get one more time out of that slurry, and then yeah. So there's going to be some more milk in the actual yard that we need to take. I should have done. I was unsure how to handle this because we know we're going to get some straw from the corn today, which then means we can mix that with the hay, but we also need to make some hay silage. So yeah, we've got 291. Now we've already got some silage though, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, from the first time, of course, what was left over. So really, all we need to do, because it is, if we look at TMR, the first one, my normal mix, Mr. CDP's normal mix as well, what we need is almost double. It's 1.5 times that, 1.5 times that. So we need plenty of silage, plenty of hay. So we might mix a bit more silage. We might stick that on the hay silage a little bit. We're going to have to keep an eye. We can't just let it go, which is why I'm a bit loath to do it. I think what we're going to do to begin with is we'll grab a straw, stick that in. We'll just say TMR mix ration 1, tick that on, and then when we stick the straw in a bit, it'll start making that until it exhausts it, and then we might do something else. Right, so yes, we're also going to need to lease I will ask the shop to deliver that next session. The corn, yeah, no, it's a corn header because it is for corn. And again, we're going to do like we did last time. It's a bit boring, but we've already got the technology to do these things. And like any farmer, you want to tailor your things. You can't afford to diversify into every last little avenue of farming. If you've already got some technology that's going to do something, your farm's going to work with it, even if it was oil, sugar, whatever it is. You're going to center your business around that, and we're going to do the same as well. So boring it may be a little, but we are going to do that. Do love the map. Yeah, so yeah, all that remains to be said for this session is that I really do hope you'll join me on this beautiful map. I'm thinking I'm going to stick on this one, I think, as the American map. I very, very rarely do a South American map. It's still the Americas. I was going to go on to. Now, I have broken the curse of the American map that for this very minute is escaping. Gold Crest Valley. That's the one. Yeah, I've broken the curse. I enjoyed that, but this is sort of unique and is very appropriate, really, for FS25. So I thought, oh, I'll just do it. I'm sure other people are going to like to see that particular aspect of it too. So let's crack on. Yeah, so I am going to. This is going to be the American map. Yeah, not sure what. Obviously, time is a ticking. It is now August. It is almost think we are a week. No, almost. It's the 6th of August when I'm recording this right now. So we're under 3 months away to FS25. So it's the sort of time that you've got to think, oh God, yeah, I don't really want to be taking on another Let's Play. The short runs are fine. I might well do some short runs toward the end, but I'm not. Yeah, all of the Let's Plays that I've got going, I'd like to finish them. So Polenier's on its last year, but we've got a shed load of fields. I've started a Polenier start from scratch, which is about 6 episodes in, which I've not actually posted any. And I've got a Calmston that's about 13 episodes in that I've not posted any of that. But to be honest, yeah, it doesn't really matter. I post 2 a night, so it maybe I would like to have a look at some mods. I'd like to go into making mods a little. So I've got lots to post. I might well post. I would like to finish the Let's Plays, as I said. Polenier, I've still got quite a few episodes to do of that. Calmsden is one of those I did just for. It's my favourite map, and I thought it would be nice to finish with the equipment that we've gained to date. That obviously you could not show at the beginning of Calmsden when everybody went on Calmsden. So I thought, well, I'd really love to go on my favourite map in FS22, so I have done. And I've gone for New Farmer Start that people prefer because I went on Start from Scratch twice on Calmsden. So yeah, this time I thought, well, let's do it New Farmer and see how well we've done. And we are beasting it, absolutely beasting it. I think I did it on normal economy, so it doesn't stunt growth. But yeah, we really, you can't help but really, because the fields you're given, they are humongous. It would take a terribly poor farmer to let its crop wither to not make profit with that kind of scale of even just selling the grains alone. You'd have to be a very, very poor farmer not to make that work, whether in real life or virtually. So yeah, it's. But anyway, yes, I'm going to say goodbye for now.